What's going on, y'all? For the couple people that's in here right now, somebody let me know if you can hear me. Sound check. Can you hear me or can you not hear me? Because if you can't hear me, then I need to adjust my Bluetooth. Bring this camera down just a little bit. If you can hear me, then let me know. I got my ear pod in. Just want to know if people can hear me. So I'll wait for a couple people to come in here and let me know if sound good. Sound. Can y'all hear me? Somebody comment. It's good. Does it sound muffled? Ryan, I see you said that it sounds good, or you said it's good. Does it sound muffled or does it sound perfectly clear? Let me see. Halo, can hear you. Can hear. Are you getting G loaded or unloaded? Nah. I just finished loading, so right now I'm taking a 30-minute break real quick, trying to see if they got anything else. I've only done one store today. That's how slow it's getting slow as far as even for fuel. Everybody says good, good, good. Okay. Everybody says clear. Good deal. All right. So, real quickly, I don't see none of my moderators in here yet, but what I'm going to say is that I come up with a new name for my moderators. I'm not going to call them moderators no more. I'm going to call uh, my moderators whistleblowers. Okay. I don't see none of the whistleblowers in here right now, but they're going to be called whistleblowers because in case anybody gets out of line, then they will show you to the door. All right. Also on this live that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to actually, oh, Wendy's in here. Okay, Wendy, what's going on? One of my whistleblowers right there. But just to all my moderators that I want you guys to know whenever I do these, which this is episode 1, so this is the very first one. All right, Mark, I'll see you in here. This is the very first episode, so meaning that there's going to be more of these to come. But I think that I'm actually going to change the title of it to get it off your chest, opposed to state your opinion. But I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit, figure out which title I like best. I may ask you guys your opinion on which title you guys like best. State your opinion, or should I call it "Get It Off Your Chest"? Where it's basically gonna be a live edition. I'll be answering questions that y'all have or anything that you want to get off your chest about anything in a video that I've stated. If you want to get clarity, you want to get a better understanding of it, that's what these lives are going to be about. Whenever it states, either it's going to be titled "State Your Opinion" or it's going to be called "Get It Off Your Chest." Also, these shows will turn in probably to a call-in show, which I'm planning on putting that together and try to have these at least every week. Hopefully, either it be uh, via Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursday. I'm still debating with what day I'm gonna do it on. Probably Wednesday. I think Wednesday would probably be a pretty good day, with it being considered Hump Day. Well, for a lot of people, it's not considered Hump Day because it's a lot of people in the country that is out of work. Okay, so damn, Honda Accord sound like that should sound like a damn motorbike. But in these, for my whistleblowers, aka moderators, people are allowed to state their opinion, whether it's indifferent or if they're vouching for what I'm saying. They are allowed to state their opinion. I don't want them to be blocked or removed unless one stipulation, their opinion is fixated on being very disrespectful. Okay, if their opinion or their view is being very disrespectful, they come off very um, vulgar with the language and things of that nature, and they're using foul language, then yes, at that time, please do show those individuals to the door. Okay, show them to the exit because it's okay for people to disagree with me. That's what's great about a debate, right? Or that's what's great about people's opinion, and everybody is entitled to their opinion. It's just so that people have different views, and they are going to have different views, and they have so that we can possibly have a better understanding of each other and other people in general. 46 people in here right now. Please do hit the like button. It's 46 of y'all in here. So the like button should go up to 46. Okay. The like button is absolutely free. It costs you nothing. Okay. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Whether you hit the like button, dislike button, I know people are going to do what they're going to do. Okay. It never seems to fail. Any video I put out, I'm always going to have the same amount of dislikes for the most part. Okay. It really doesn't fluctuate that much. It's the same people that haven't liked me for a long time. And that's okay. Okay. They have a purpose and they have a place, because at the end of the day, the people that continuously watch you, that don't like you, they they're really a fan of yours. Okay. So 46 people in here, hit the like button. I see it up to 9. We will continue once we can at least get to half of the audience in here hitting one of the button options. Okay. Right now I see 10 likes. Unfortunately, YouTube does not show us how many dislikes, because I would calculate it all and we just have a total tally here. But right now, 45 people in here, top of the morning. I don't expect it to be a humongous crowd, for the simple fact that it is top of the morning out there on the West Coast. It's super early, even though I know they're quarantined, so they're probably all on YouTube watching stuff. But yeah, is there a big demand for drivers right now? As far as what I'm seeing in the market, uh, truck drivers are still in demand. Like I said, right now I pull fuel. So if you guys just finished watching the video that I dropped here probably about 20, 30 minutes ago, called To Whom It May Concern, uh, that was basically my views. Okay. A lot of people want to feel like it's conspiracy. You putting out this conspiracy theory, like it's my views. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to persuade people to believe me or not, or to run with my view of things, but it's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to pull you in to believe in what I believe. It's just I have a platform. I state my opinion. I state how I feel about a certain situation, and that's that. Okay, but it's no conspiracy or me trying to turn people against the government. I worked for the government. I'm a veteran. Okay, so I know how programming works. Okay, and how the military or how the government will try to program you to believe certain things. Okay, just like for instance, I'm a trained killer. Okay, I was programmed to, you know, the insurgent, the enemy goes down. Okay. So that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to 100% believe what's being said about that. But I am a trained killer. Like, and I have my points of redness that show up and I turn into like a Terminator. Okay. That's just what it is. And I've been programmed that way via the government from being in the military. Because once again, when you're in the military, the first thing that they do before they teach you a skill set is they train you to be a killer. Okay, that's what it is. You go through basic training, you go through boot camp, and in basic training and boot camp, that's training you to be a killer. It's not training you for your MOS to do your skill trade. The first thing they need you to know is how to kill and how to shoot and how to survive. Okay, that's the first thing they teach you. Okay, so it's not, and then there's continued coursing that goes on throughout your military career when you're in there. But the first thing they teach you is to be a killer, and they train you on that. And if you don't have that gut or will to kill, then they at boot camp and basic training, then they get rid of you. So everybody that has been in the military is definitely trained to kill. Okay, don't think that they're not. Okay, it's programmed, and if you can't get with the program during boot camp or basic training, then your asses they don't send you back home, because at that point in time they can't do nothing with you. Because when it comes down to a war, or if you got to get deployed, you still do your MOS, but the top of the line thing that you need to be doing is taking commands and orders to protect the front line, which AKA is also known as the homeland, which is America. Frank Evans, 2nd ACR. Man, I was in 42nd ACR. Okay. I see you part of the Air Cavalry Regiment. I was in 42nd ACR based out of Fort Polk, Louisiana. Yep. And I was back then, okay, when I was in service, it was a 77 Foxtrot, which is a petroleum supply specialist. Now I believe it's like a 92 Alpha. Back then, 92 Alpha was supply. Okay. It was a supply specialist. But now I guess they just cluttered all that together. Frank Evans, you was too? Okay. Okay, that's what's up. Yep. I was part of 42nd ACR, 4th Squadron, 2nd Regiment. hmm We was over there by the airfield um, on Fort Polk. 93. Okay, you a supply. It's 93 Alpha, 93 supply, I believe, right? I believe it is. Still the same. I heard that petroleum supply was like a 92 Alpha now. You know what I mean? So I know that it definitely changed from a 77 Foxtrot. Okay, because that's what it was when I was in there. But now I understand that it's 92 Alpha. or something of that nature, or it might be 92 Fox. I don't know. I know it's up there with supply numbers. No, the year I was there. Okay. Oh, you said 93 you was there. Ooh, you was there way before me. I was stationed in Fort Polk from 2002 to 2004. Mm-hmm. Expert marksman, Navy. Yep. And that's the simplify. Okay, Marines in here. I see you. Okay. I'm part. I was part of the Army, so we who. Okay, that's what we do. I know y'all hoorah, but we who over here. Okay, but shout outs to all of my veterans and active servicemen that put their life on the line every single day. And I literally mean that. And a lot of people don't understand. Well, how do you feel that? Because we are always active duty is always capable of deployment. Okay, at the drop of a dime. So I definitely always tip my hat to those that are active and especially to those who serve because they did make the ultimate sacrifice, which is your life, to protect this country, to give them the freedom that Americans do have so much of here now. Until the coronavirus swept through, okay. And then when the coronavirus is swept through, now all of a sudden it's states are locked down, martial law, and the National Guard is pulling up, pulling in, and yeah, shout outs to them too because they have to leave their family in order to follow you know the command of going to these cities like Chicago, New York, and stuff like that, and putting themselves in harm's way with the coronavirus and people telling them to sit in their houses. But also salute right back to truck drivers for sure because what y'all can see, I'm in the truck right now. Truck drivers, you guys are definitely putting y'all lives on the line. You know what I mean? I've said this before in a recent video here that you guys are more susceptible, or I can never say that word right. Right? That's one of my words that I can't say right. Shh, don't tell nobody. But y'all are more um, of being able to catch the coronavirus, being that y'all are going state to state delivering products and stuff like that. Than anybody else that's quarantined to their house. So big shout outs to truck drivers, man. You guys make America move. I've talked about that for years on my platform. Without truck drivers, then America literally stops. If trucks were to stop in 24 hours, America would be in a complete humongous crisis. So by you guys being out there on the road, to include myself, hauling this fuel, we are definitely the backbone that makes America, great. But nevertheless, I was thinking today when I was in the work, I said, if a terrorist act was to happen and they was to take out all of the power to like warehouses, to people's houses and stuff like that, that would be a devastating blow too, because we rely a lot on energy, right? As far as like lights to keep the food up, because if they take that out, then what happens now? You know what I mean? They've taken out all of our things that need refrigerated products in order for us to have meats, vegetables, fruits, stuff of that nature. And we would just be basically dealing with dry canned stuff. But uh, when you look at it from a different light, everybody plays a major role in making the United States work as a whole. You know what I mean? And that one thing is more um, better than the other one because, like I said, if energy was to be taken out, you know what I mean, lights and stuff like that, man, that'd be crucial as well, right? So similar to like with the truck drivers, if truck drivers were not able to deliver product, then America would be in crisis as well. Let me see what y'all. This whole thing was supposed to be about you guys. Let me real quickly too before I start answering some of y'all questions. On my Instagram, which if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do so at Loshawnparks. But on Instagram, I made a post today where I was talking about how the stimulus package didn't get passed because the Democrat, right, the Democratic Party, the House didn't approve of it, and I felt like that is technically in the time of now is a coward move by the Democratic Party, right? Now I get it. The House approved for Trump to be impeached, and the Senate didn't. And now the House is like kind of like, well, it's kind of like on a fuck you situation because you know what I mean. Y'all didn't work with us to do that. And then, but some people have commented and said the reason why Democrats didn't approve of it is because the majority of the funding was going to go towards corporations. Okay, and here is my answer to that. Okay, we need the funding to go to corporations as well. Okay, the majority of the funding to go to corporations. Why? One, without corporations in America, America doesn't run. Okay, nothing's getting built, nothing's getting produced, nobody has jobs, unemployment through the roof. How do you survive? Okay, so the argument of people saying that it didn't get passed because the money was going to go into corporations and corporations were going to put that money back into buying stocks or utilize the money into upping stocks or buying back their own stocks or utilize it to make them richer. I don't buy that notion. Okay, I believe that's a bunch of bullshit. I think that corporations do need to have a large amount of money given to them, especially during now for bailout. If the small businesses and the corporations cannot get bailed out, how does the American, okay, how does the American worker survive if there's no jobs? Okay, if these corporations go out of business and cannot stay afloat and can't pay you, how do you survive? Okay, so I don't understand why people feel like the corporation shouldn't be getting that much. The American people should. Well, if the corporations go out of business and they give a large amount of the money, the stimulants, to people, well, we know how people do. Okay, people are going to go and use that money, and they're going to stimulate the economy anyway, right? Essentially, they're going to take that money and, like, for instance, okay, here's an example, perfect example. When Hurricane Katrina hit, okay, Louisiana. That's when I was living in Louisiana, and that's the reason why I moved to North Carolina, was because of Katrina. But for I was in Baton Rouge, and I seen FEMA hand out these checks, right? I got a FEMA check. My FEMA check was only for $1,000, and I lost my car. I lost items and all that stuff. They only gave me $1,000. And for other families, I think the max that they gave for families that had children was like 25, 3 grand. Okay. Do you know what these people that got these FEMA checks, these stimulant checks, did with it? As soon as the casino opened back up, they was in the casino gambling it. Okay. They was trying to run 3 grand up to 8, up to 6 grand, 6 grand up to 9 grand, so on and so forth. And what ended up happening is they lost their stimulus check. Okay. They gave the money to the casinos. Okay. So by putting a large amount of money into the American, okay, that's sitting at home hand, well, when everything opens back up, the idea is for them to utilize it to go out and stimulate the economy, basically meaning eat at the restaurants, and they're going to put it back into the economy anyway, right? But if the businesses can't survive, these restaurants can't open up, uh, uh, these other places go out of business where you can stimulate the economy, then what do you do with the money? Okay, there's nothing to spend it on. So it is essential that the government keeps these small businesses, corporations up and running so that it can employ people and people can have things that they can spend their money on to stimulate the economy. So if corporations fail, then America is going to hell in a handbasket. Okay. Because at that point, nobody has jobs, including you, the truck driver. We don't have anything to move because businesses are closed. Okay. Because what the Democrats wanted us to do, or what the Democrats want to do, is to say, hey, listen, just allow the government to take care of you. Okay. That's what the Democratic Party wants. Allow the government to take care of you. Allow us to slide on in here and create socialism, okay? Communist, okay? We're going to tell you what to do. Don't worry. We're going to take care of you, okay? We're not going to put no money for real in your hands, but we will stimulate or give you as much as we feel that you want to have. Okay. Now, once again, these are Loshawn's views. Okay. Now, there's going to be people that's going to disagree with what I say, and that's perfectly fine. They are entitled to their opinion on how they feel about this. But we want to have a capitalist country. We don't want to have a socialist company. We don't want to have a communist country, because then at that point becomes dictatorship. Okay. That's when the government starts controlling you and telling you where to go, how to move, how to live, what to say. Look at all these other countries that have dictatorship, that's communist countries. Russia, Vladimir Putin. He runs the country. Okay, the citizens of Russia don't run that country. Putin says do this, and you better do it. You don't do it, it's a steep, steep ass fucking penalty for it. Okay, it's a steep penalty for it. Second, China is a communist country. You don't listen to what the leadership says do there. That's your fucking ass. Okay, you'll get missing. Okay, you're not allowed to voice your opinion or fight back at all against leadership. Okay, the great thing about the United States is we have leaders as far as the president, but you are freedom of speech. You are free to feel how you want to. You are free to move free as you may and as you please. Okay, a lot of those countries also they don't have NRA. They don't have weapons. They don't have guns. They don't have any of that stuff. So we need to realize that we need to stay as a capitalism and not become socialism or be ran by the government. If the government starts to run our country, it's over, people. Okay? It is over. If they tell you how to move and they're going to give you a certain amount of money and tell you be happy with this and live on a budget and they control you, this is where people start being welfare cases. You're begging the government to help you live your life and hoping that they save your ass on everything that you do. Okay? And we don't need that. Okay? You want to stay free? You want to be able to do and move how you want to move? We need to stay at capitalism. Okay? It needs to be about money. So that means we need to pump money into the corporations, into the small businesses so that they can stay afloat because that is the backbone, once again, of America. Okay? These businesses go away, you lose jobs, you don't have money, and you're begging the fucking government on hands and knees to feed you porridge. Okay? Please give us porridge. Please give us bread. Please give us a bucket of water. And that's exactly what they want to do and have you rely on them. But once you don't have to rely on them because small businesses are creating jobs for people, they're making money for themselves, and you're being able to live a life how you like, and the government doesn't, the thing that the government will wants to control a lot is taxes, right? Or the population. So, and why you think with Democrats, they want to try to slide you guys in on this Bernie Sanders offering free health care. Who the fuck y'all think is paying for the health care? Y'all just think that Democrats just gonna pull it out their ass and it's not gonna come from nobody. You know where this free health care around the nation or around the country is gonna come from? You, the taxpayer. They're gonna raise the taxes. That's how the health care is gonna get provided and paid for. Okay? It's like I told some people the other day, it's similar to the Obamacare. Okay, Obamacare, what is that shit? Okay, that ain't no free health care. You got to pay for that. And when Obama was in office, if you didn't have health care, you was penalized for not doing what the government wanted you to do. Okay, dictatorship, telling you how to live your life, telling you how to move. Okay, and if you didn't do what they said do, then you was penalized for it. It's bullshit. All right, bullshit. But that's we want businesses to get a large stimulus. Okay, we don't want airlines closing down. Okay, that takes away jobs. We don't want cruise lines closing down. That takes away jobs. We don't want banks closing. That takes away jobs, and it really fucks up the economy at that point. So we have to think smarter than that. We're not being so much selfish and thinking, oh, just give the Americans a large amount and give the businesses really small and allow them to fail and allow them not to employ people and to keep you people as American citizens employed to where you're able to take care of your family. I'm just saying. How many of y'all got Obamacare? I'm just saying. How many of us as entrepreneurs or as contractors got penalized for not having health insurance because of the Obamacare Act? Right? Or we had to use our significant other in order to have health care so that our business wouldn't be taxed. He says he has it. Okay. All right, all right, listen, if y'all got any questions or anything that you guys would like me to enlighten on, this would be the time to put asterisks in front of it, asterisks, little stars, so then I can know, um, what you guys' opinion is, or if you guys have something that you guys want me to read off and give my opinion to it, please put asterisks in front of it so I know what is what. General chat, I cannot answer all of the general chat stuff, but I'll try to get some of it. The rights we have here is a million times better. Other places is a million times better. Other places are fun to visit, but their rights are slim to none. Exactly, Carolina Kid. Exactly. And we don't want to lose that freedom that we have in the United States, right? And right now, it's kind of like shit, man. If all of these people are the Democrats is rejecting the fucking stimulus package to keep America great with businesses, then what the fuck, man? They trying to isolate us. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to isolate y'all and or us, because I'm part of it as well. Remember the bailout and who got the big bonuses and still had massive layoffs. That's what the Democrats trying to keep from happening again. Dollar bill, here's the deal, right? I get it. You're speaking about history. But if with the layoff, right? Where did jobs go? Out of the fucking country, right? That's where the layoff went. A lot of jobs went out of the country. Mexico sent it over to China. Okay, there's a lot of jobs that. And listen, think about this here. What if GM closes and stops making cars? What if any of the major companies that are right now suffering go under? Fuck a layoff. At this point, nobody has jobs. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has jobs. You can't. You don't have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of. You're going to be begging the government for assistance and help. So if you don't bail out these corporations that do employ people, dog, you're going to be on your hands and knees asking the government for porridge, bread, and water. Okay, you guys, we're going to be picking up rocks and throwing them at fucking tanks. Okay, that's what's going to happen. You're going to be throwing rocks at tanks and fighting off the powers that be with rocks while they're holding fucking weapons. Okay, you got freaking Biden that's trying to take out the NRA. He's trying to take out us having our Second Amendment right. They want to take weapons from you. Come on, man. If that isn't dictatorship, trying to take weapons from you, come on, man. So didn't Obama bail out the auto industry? Yeah, he did. Okay, but also Obama passed Obamacare, which penalized you for not having health care. So, I mean, at the same time, he legalized a lot of other shit that's terrible. I mean, I'm not going to get on. I went on my soapbox on Instagram about Obama, and to be honest with you, Obama didn't do shit. Okay, he what did he do? Does anybody know? What did Obama do great for the country that you felt a difference in? Obama did very little for black folks. He did very little for anybody. I mean, what did he do? He still didn't give no tax cuts to anybody. Okay, like, so I mean, what did he do? Yeah, Gaddafi killed. Wow. I was visited by a Spectrum cable TV solicitor the other day, and now I found a big hardware box from them at my door. I did not agree to. Would this have anything to do with 5G coming? I don't know. I don't know nothing. I mean, I know I've been studying a little bit about 5G. I don't know if that's why Spectrum gave you that box though. Trump is the man. I don't care what nobody says. Trump is definitely a funny president. Okay. I mean, what other president can you get a press conference from and that shit is lit every time? You know what I'm saying? Like, you are going to catch a laugh out of this shit, right? I like Trump because he's very, very blunt and real with people, right? He don't care about your emotions. He's gonna tell you how he feel about you or whatever. But the funniest thing that I heard Trump ever say was, "People are dying that has never died before." Say what? He said, "People are dying that have never died before." You don't say, Trump. Now, come on, bro. Yeah, people are dying that have never died before. No shit. No shit. No shit. I mean, you got. I mean, he's fucking hilarious. Okay, it's like he told that reporter. He was like, "Dude, I don't call it Comcast. I call it uh, Concast." He said, "Dude, you're a fucking terrible reporter. You should be ashamed of yourself." And that shit was just hilarious because that dude just was, trying to overtalk him and trying to state his case, and it was just fucking hilarious. Also, what was hilarious was Trump said a reporter had asked. She said somebody from within the White House has said that this coronavirus is should be called Kung flu, right? And so Trump asked her and said, "Well, do you know who it was in the House or in here that asked or that said that it should be that?" Because she was like, "Don't you find that to be a little racial?" He was like, "Well, who? Well, can you say who said it?" She was like, "It was just somebody in the White House that called it the Kung flu." And he was like, she's like, "So how do you feel about that?" He was like, "Well, considering that it, came where it came from, I have no problem with it being called Kung flu." Like, oh my god, this dude is on another fucking level, man. Okay, he's on a fucking another level, man. Trump is hilarious. But let me tell you something. If Democrats was in the office right now, I think that this would have killed more people and that this virus would have spread even faster because Democrats would not have closed the borders as fast as Trump did. Okay. So kudos to Trump on that. There's things I like about Trump, there's things I don't like about Trump. Okay. But I'm definitely for a president that is for capitalism, about building the country up, business owners, um, continue growth, small business administration doing very well. I'm for that. I'm not for socialism. I'm not for control. I'm not for dictatorship. I'm not for communist. Okay, I'm just not. Okay, I don't want to be told how to move and how to live. But that's my opinion. Then Trump told that reporter that he will call it what it is, the Chinese flu. Yo, when I heard Kung flu, I was on the ground in tears. Kung flu. Y'all know like kung fu. You know what I mean? He calls it the kung flu. Oh my holy shit, man. Only Trump, man. Like only Trump, man. Shit, dude is fucking hilarious, bro. Like we cannot deny this shit. He's fucking hilarious. Let's see how fast we get supplies from China. Yeah, well, I stated in my video how I feel. For those that are soldiers, right, that are former military and current military, we already know civilians probably don't know this, but China doesn't really, we don't rock with China like that. Okay. We rock with China through trades, right? It's just like here in America, you pay for services, right? So that's what it is. The tariffs is we pay China for services, okay? But the China, the communists, the people that run that country really don't rock with America like that. China and America ain't never been allies like that, okay? They ain't allies. China bigger than us. Mm, we don't want to go to war with China because they're like 4 times larger than us. They have massive destruction, weapons of mass destruction, just like we do. So that is, we don't want to. We're never wanting to war with China. Okay, you ever notice that? We don't go to war with China like that. Are you fucking kidding me? But for military personnel knows that we don't rock. Civilians now think that China and America is good people. No, we just do trades with them. Okay, no other than exchanging money, currency for services. China about to wrap. It's about to be a wrap. India is going to be the new China. I don't know about that, Diaz. The flu could be a distraction out here. It could be. Y'all don't find it interesting that everything that goes wrong in America is on China. China run the world, and it's going to be decades before America can try to get it back. Um, I can't debate with that. China does run a lot of things. Um, so yeah, I mean, I just know that where China and America is not technically allies, like how America and UK is, and Italy and Germany and France, those are like allies. But like we ain't really We're not allies with China, Russia, any of that. Russia and China are allies. Trump said it was a hoax. Talking about the virus. Now, people have been asking me, do I believe that the virus is real? I do. I mean, it is. It's a real thing. But do I feel like it's probably blown out of proportion? Yeah. I want to know why we are in bed with China on trade anyway. Now that question right there, only the lonely, is that's above me, man. But because China is, they create so much stuff. A lot of people is in trades with them. You know what I mean? They do a lot of stuff. Do I feel like America? We do a lot of stuff. We can produce a lot of the same stuff. We have intelligent people here, but China has they got the game on lock when it comes to trade because they produce so much stuff that people need. Are you a Trump supporter? I'm not a Trump supporter. I am a capitalist supporter. So I don't care who it is, as long as they're for capitalism, then I'm with them. So uh, I support whoever's for capitalism. If you for socialism and you're for communism, I'm not with you. I don't rock like that. So it don't matter to me if Bernie Sanders and what's his name, Bernie Sanders and Biden was for capitalism, then they would have my attention too. But both of them are for being socialism and communist and control. So I don't like them. I really don't think you need to be military affiliated to know China and U.S. are not playing. Well, you'll be surprised, Black Top Runner. Some people feel like we us and China are cool, and we're not. You know what I mean? That's why China isn't really disclosing or didn't want to disclose, about this epidemic, this virus, because you think about it. If they knew that this was happening in their country, don't you think they would have disclosed it to their allies? For one, they disclosed it to one of their allies, the ones that border their country, right? Which is India and Russia. Russia has the lowest amount of cases for the coronavirus. Wonder why? Because China probably alerted them to it to protect themselves. Okay. India has the second lowest. Both of them border China, and they're both allies with China. America ain't allies with China. Italy ain't allies with China. France ain't allied with China. UK ain't allied with China. And who is getting hit with the mass amount of coronaviruses? Those countries I just named. Okay. So they didn't want to pass it down and let these other countries know, like, hey, whoa, watch out for this shit. Quarantine yourselves. We having a little epidemic over here. They let the countries know that are cool with them. Okay. That's why China didn't alert America, like, hey, watch out for this shit. Quarantine anybody that's coming over from Hong Kong or 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 from any area, Busan and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't alerted because they didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give a fuck. China frees North Korea. Exactly. North Korea and China are in bed with each other, and North Korea and South Korea don't like each other. And who do we defend? South Korea. Come on, man. Like, but everybody feels like, when I heard Trump and them say, "Oh, China should have," and this is why I disagree with Trump at, or China should have told us about it. Why would China tell us about that, dog? They don't fuck with us like that. That's why they had the tariff wars for so long. They was holding out. They was holding the fuck out and wanted more money from America, like, because they have the iron fist. Come on, man. And we suffered as Americans. We suffered because we needed stuff from them that they produced for us. Do you think it will be a war if government tries to take our freedom? Do I believe it'll be a war? It'll be a civil war. It definitely won't be a war on countries. And let me tell you something. If it's a civil war, man, as the American public, we have as many weapons as we want. Um, they have the weapons of mass destruction, right? So, and they have the gear to protect themselves from it. Gas masks, CO, and all that. Like, we don't. Americans ain't equipped with that, so they could shoot something into the air over here, and it could be a crowd of people, and people just die, and they put their mask on and they survive. So, what we don't want to do is have a war on a government, because as Americans, we will lose. I promise y'all that. We're not ready for the weapons that they have. Will a revolutionary if we are. Under the current economy system, PMG will never become Swift. I'm not trying to become Swift at all. Never try to compare myself to Swift. Not one bit. I'm doing what I do. I'm happy with the growth that we have. No, Russia and India have not willingly and properly disclosed their date. The lack of virus on the Russian map doesn't mean it's not there. It doesn't mean that it's not there, but they have reported that they do not have nowhere. They have the least amount of coronaviruses. You don't believe me? Hit your Google up. Hit your Google up. And Vladimir Putin and all them talking about it and all that other shit, man. So hit it up. I mean, that's just, I mean, you could find out about it. Trump rattled a cage. Is the biggest distraction for financial reset. Watch what happens. I mean, I agree with that. Of course, the market is going to crash and it's going to come back. Okay. Is this the end of mankind as we know it? Hell no. Okay. It just means that it's a reset in the stock market. Okay. When was the last stock market crash? 2008. When was it before that one? Damn near 9/11. Okay. Which was 2000, what, 2002? 9/11? I think so. I think it was 2002. If not, somebody correct me with the date on that. I think it was 2002 or 2001. Only one death in Russia. Exactly, Twisted Music Radio. One death. One death. Thank you, Trucker Mob, for telling me that. 2001. One death in Russia. Come on, these are countries. This is country that borders China. You know what I'm saying? We don't border China. We're way the fuck over here across the Pacific. You know what I'm saying? Like way. How is countries that border them fucking nowhere near the death rate that America and America's allies are? Think about it. Uh, and by the way, some people were saying like Iran is catching it. Yeah, of course Iran is going to catch it. Okay, when it comes to countries like them communist ones, right? Casualties of the human of the population don't matter to them. Do you know why it don't matter to them? Because to them it's called a sacrifice. They're going to sacrifice human life in order to gain their agenda. Okay, and if that means that your ass or we lose 3,000 people to gain what we wanted to happen, then you are a casualty of war. Okay, a sacrifice of their war. And right now, the war on America and its allies is that markets are crashing, people are losing jobs, uh, people are dying from this virus. So Trump calls it the invisible uh, terrorist or the invisible war. But how do you defeat an invisible war? Okay, quarantine, everybody in the house for 14 days, lock down your city for 30 days to try to stop the spread of the virus. Listen, let me tell y'all something, a little secret. Before Saddam Hussein ended up getting taken off this world, there was a chemical weapon that he had of mass destruction. Does anybody know what that chemical weapon was? I don't know who has it now. I would just hint that it probably is Americans. But he had developed a chemical weapon. Does anybody know what it was? Okay. And he threatened to use it on America. Okay. He threatened to use it on America. Russia also got caught shooting down a passenger plane, but refuses to acknowledge it. Yeah, they did. Blacktop, I agree. They did. And you have footage all over the place about that. You know what I'm saying? It's footage all over about that plane getting shot down. And still, what happened? We heard about it for a little bit, swept under the fucking rug. Swept under the fucking rug. Boop, gone. It ain't invincible when he knew of it in late December. Hey, I cannot confirm that or deny it. Agent Orange, Mario says, uh, give me some more backdrop on what Agent Orange. I think isn't that the damn hand sanitizer or the hand cleaner? It sound like that hand cleaner. Halo, first time commenting, but been watching you for a while. I commend your knowledge you give us truckers. You're a smart brother. Hey, I appreciate that, MGTOW, and thank you so much for commenting. And thank you for the support for how long you have been. Because it's who was on the plane. Ah, yeah, you might have been right. Saran. Hell if I know. All right, so listen. He had a chemical weapon that if it shot over here, it would disperse into the air. Okay. And if it disperses into the air, it is unseeable, no taste. So you can't see it, you can't taste it, but if inhaled, goes into your body, it kills you within like minutes. Okay, or like within seconds. Okay, mass destruction, right? Think about this here: a gas or a chemical in the air that you can't see, touch, or taste, but if inhaled, will kill you in minutes. Just throw your body in the shock ladder, you just start dying. Okay, you're dead. Okay, he had that weapon. Okay, like I said, who has it now? I don't know. Okay, but I'm going to assume maybe America, since they, they took over the country. But think about it, people. How deadly is that? How crazy is that for a weapon? No taste, no smell, cannot see it. Inhaled, kills you. And all of us breathe oxygen, right? We all breathe. So that would have been a weapon that would have hit here. People would have just been breathing regularly, and you just start seeing people just drop like flies. Blow, 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 blow. You breathe it, blow, you dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Okay. That was fucking crazy. And he threatened to shoot that to America. Okay. He threatened to shoot that shit to America. I don't know the name of what it was, but I mean, we were alerted of this when I was in the military, when I was in service. Okay. We were briefed on this. We went through training for it. There was masks and all that shit. And that's the shit that the government personnel knows that just the civilian world doesn't. You know what I mean? That the civilian world don't know shit about. But how crazy is that, man? How crazy? We're worrying about a virus, right? But what about a chemical that hits the fucking air and fucking kills you off of just breathing, and you can't see, touch, or taste it? Crazy shit, man. Wild shit, man. Wild shit. But that's a fact. Remember, they were saying don't eat Roman lettuce back in November. Right. They also said about tomatoes. Remember tomatoes? Tomatoes was a thing too. Tomatoes was a thing too. He used it on some of his own people. Yeah, he did. He did. Only the lonely. And you see, that's part of dictatorship, socialism, uh, uh, communist countries that have dictators like that. They will fucking kill their own people to try a weapon on their own people and don't care. It's the casualty of this, the sacrifice. You got casualty, die. Okay, die. I need to find out if this shit works, because if it works, then yeah, we got something. So just like with China, could have been the sacrifice, casualties on their people, and then we're gonna clean this shit up, and we're not gonna warn you that's not allies with us about it, and good luck. So just gotta stay vigilant, just gotta stay woke to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Education is free. Just educate yourself, and yeah, like I said, people think that I'm on some conspiracy theory thing. No, it's just my views. It does. I'm not trying to persuade y'all to believe it or not. It's just how I see things, and you take from it what you will. I thought they would attack our water supply. A couple days without water and you're done. And that too, flight. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is why America is so vulnerable. Just like right now, America is vulnerable. Like, we got everybody running and hiding. If a terrorist act was to happen right now, like, I mean, we're vulnerable right now. We're scared of a virus and all this other shit. We're vulnerable. Not to say that the government probably doesn't have all of our missiles and the military on high alert for something like that, but I mean, we're already in the stage of vulnerability with the virus. To take on like a terrorist attack right now would just be devastating. And I'm still a believer that this could be a terrorist attack, um, without just blaming a virus for it being spread. You know what I mean? This could be something that Iran, you know, co-inspired with China, and like I said, they're not allies of America. So, and Iran did say that death to America, or that they would be, they were going to pay back America. And like I said in my video a few moments ago that I dropped, to whom it may concern, what's to say that Iran isn't involved in this, man? Because if they are, their plan is working superbly right now. The American economy is crashing. Okay, it's going down. Americans are losing jobs and Americans are dying. So, I mean, you just got to stay woke a little bit. Jim Jones, Trump, Charles Manson is coward, as are his followers. America has been poisoning us from day one. They started this virus. Facts. I cannot confirm that. We are too comfortable. That's a fact. I can confirm that we are comfortable. I thought it was a plan to weaken China trade powers. I don't know. The virus was built in a lab, so they say. Right. That's another thing. We got to watch what they say. You got to watch what they say. Not everything that is being posted by reporters and outlets is always true. So you just got to do some soul searching in yourself and figure out what you want to take in as truth and not. Right now, here in North Carolina, we are dealing with E. coli. Oh, are y'all Yolanda? Damn, I'm in North Carolina. I ain't know nothing about the E. coli. We need a healthy balance of both capitalism and socialism for this country to function. Uh, I can agree with that. Bank trucking, I can agree with that. I think it does need to be a healthy balance. I can agree. I can agree with you on that. It doesn't need to be heavy on either one of them, but more so of a heavy balance. So I can agree. Watch out something crazy around 6/11. Okay, chop it up. I'm gonna mark that date, and if something do happen, you know something. He teamed up with those Russians to weaken China, bring back the USAR. Well, that's why people had a problem with Trump speaking with the Russians, because Russians are no allies of ours and they're allies of China, and China doesn't. So I understood why, and I get it, like, why people didn't like Trump for associating with the Russians, because I mean, we're not cool with them. They're not cool with us. Just another form of terrorism. Exactly. Twisted Music Radio, yo, me and you on point, bro, with each other. Exactly. It's just, this could be another form of terrorism, man. And we just too too naive to realize it. I'm more worried about black people being taken off voting rolls like they were in Georgia. TB, well, that's to be debated. You know what I mean? That's to be debated. For anything to function properly, you need balance. Correct, Dirty Broke. Absolutely. Agree. E. coli in our water. Yolanda, I didn't hear nothing about that. And I stay in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County. So I don't know. What part of North Carolina is that in? I haven't heard about that here in Charlotte. Mirror image of 9/11. Ah, I got you. I see what you're saying. Chop it up. Turn the six upside down. Got you. I read some articles that Iran flooded the market with cheap oil to underbid us, but Trump declared a state of emergency and bought it all. Mario, that could be true. I mean, maybe that's the reason why the fuel prices are ridiculous. I mean, are ridiculously low, not ridiculously high, but I have my opinion on why the fuel prices are low, because I haul fuel. Nobody's buying fuel, and the only way to make some type of money is that they got to try to convince the American people to buy fuel when they're really not buying any right now, because everybody is quarantined and staying in the house. Your thoughts on if they try to force vaccine on all of us? If we don't get it, we can't renew our license to go to school to work. Oh, good one right there. Who is that? Casberry Brooks. Uh they very well could do that, and that would be, oh man, I think that would create a definite civil war within the country, because you're going to have people that's not going to want to take the vaccine, right, and rebel against that. Um, but man, that could very well happen. And me, I'm not a fan of vaccines, because vaccine is nothing other than a weak strand of the virus that they're pumping into your body for your immune system to get used to it. And who knows what else they're pumping in your body with that vaccine. So I'm definitely not a fan of vaccines at all. Um, vaccines to me is kind of like for animals. They got us in fear on all levels. I don't believe everything I hear and see, especially if the news comes from mainstream level. Exactly, Buddha. Exactly. You gotta stay vigilant, man. You gotta keep that third eye. Third eye is up here. Intelligence open at all times. Complacency happens. It does. What happened to all the people who hate government? They need that bill to pass now. Listen, man. People, even with the stimulus bill, it still is a poor bill. Okay, the reason why is people are excited for it to pass, and they're talking about giving like families $1,000 and or up to 3,000 for you to sit at home. You can make more than that by working. That's why it's like, the money needs to go into corporations so that they can still provide jobs and shit like that. But think about $1,000 stimulus package for you to sit at home. Like, come on, man, it's not that's no money. You know what I mean? Maybe for somebody that's broke and poor, it could be, but for people that are working class people, that ain't no fucking money, man. When I was in the army, I always said we are working for the true bad guys. That's true. I agree with that. Union County, Concord, and some places in Charlotte as well, making people sick really bad. Damn, Yolanda, I ain't know nothing about that. I'm about to check on that then. I didn't know nothing about that. E. coli was weeks ago in Union County, lasted 2 days. Okay, so Pamela is saying that that was weeks ago because I haven't heard anything about it. Saudi Arabia is the reason fuel is so low right now. Okay, I mean, I'm not debating that. That's very well so, because that's a major source of where we get our fuel from. Not to mention that we create our own fuel here in America, so we have a lot of fuel too. They hit the reset button. That's probably true. It's still in our water here, and it's going on since December. Well, Yolanda, I don't know nothing about it. Like I said, I haven't heard about that. Remember all the shots we got in the military? Yes, I do. Who is that? Flight. Man, we got all kinds of fucking shots, man. I got a shot that leaves like 4 or 5 bumps on your arm. I forgot what that shot was called, man. But you get it before you go overseas, man. God damn, man. I think I still got the marks from that shit on it. Yeah, but yeah, they definitely, when you're in the military, you definitely are pumped with shots. But you were a soldier, and we took all kind of vaccines that we had no choice on taking. You're right, BK. But the key word is that you stated that we had no choice. We had no choice. As civilians, do you have a choice? You do have a choice, right? Right now, unless they're going to put the gun to your head and you choose death over the vaccine. But in the military, we signed up for that. So it's a little bit different than being a civilian. You have a choice not to take a vaccine. You don't have to. If we didn't have a choice to take a vaccine, everybody would be taking the flu shot. It would be mandatory. Hello into the chat. What's going on, Brown Eyed? True, 1,000. That's a poor mentality. Uh, they tried to do that with flu shots, but there's paperwork you can use. It's called vaccine exemption. Look up Dr. Phil Valentine. Well, I know that you're not mandatory. It's not mandatory for you to take a flu shot. That's by choice. $1,000 not going to cover rent and car payment. Then what people going to do? I tell you what they're going to start doing, Joe. It's going to be like the purge, man. People gonna start breaking in people's houses, man. That's why y'all better. I just finished like last week. I bought myself a new AR. Uh, the Springfield. I got me a Springfield AR. I'm probably today when I get off, probably gonna go in because still here in Carolina. Okay, we still able to buy bullets and handguns and stuff. Like I said, down here in the Carolinas, I don't know about other places. Well, I do know about it from listening to the news, like New York and all them other places. They're quarantined where they can't buy that stuff. But in the Carolinas, we're still able to buy weapons. Okay, like I said, I just got my AR, Springfield hand AR at that. It's a hand AR. I got that last week. Dropped about 1,500 on it. Nice ass motherfucking rifle. Got the red dot scope on there. I already got 3 handguns. I'm probably gonna go get another pistol. I'll probably go get a Glock 17 today. Get some more ammunition. I'm stocked up on ammunition. I got fucking rounds on rounds on rounds. So, but that's the good thing about here in the Carolinas is that we are still able to buy weapons, and they haven't put a stop on us. They haven't put a stop on Walmart's. I can show you. Look, y'all don't believe me? I'll show you something. Oh, my finger's in the camera. It's a Walmart right there. You know what I'm saying? People doing their thing. So that's why I say certain parts of the country is quarantined, and in certain part of the country is not. You know what I mean? Down here in the South, well, I can only speak for North Carolina. Down here, I mean, we have they have the rule in effect where you can't dine in and eat at the restaurants inside, but you can do takeout. You know what I mean? I just got my hair cut 2 days ago or a day ago, so barbershops. I don't know if that barbershop rule has been implemented as of like yesterday, but still living life out here. They make kids get shots for school. If they can't get us, they get our kid. I can agree with that. Green Goblin. Close range shotgun. I'm thinking about that too, Carolina. I think I want to get a Mossberg pump, man. I think I want a Mossberg. I think I want a Mossberg pump. Whenever people are suffering, there's someone who profits off it. Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. Absolutely. Saudi Arabia started mass production to break up OPEC. Got you, dirty broke. Smallpox. Yep. All right. Same way in Vegas. Yo, I'll be glad when sports betting gets back. Damn, I've been on here with y'all for. Oh, I gotta get ready to go. I'll be glad when sports betting comes back. Um, with sports betting, it's not like the stock market, you know, where if you have money in it, it crashes. I still got, I think like $19,000 in my sports book. So I'll be glad when that comes back. I haven't lost any money on. It just that hasn't been anything to bet on, but I haven't lost any money. Like the individuals that are in the stock market that crashed and they had money in there and they didn't pull it out. That's the good thing about the sports market is that when things are on a freeze like right now, I haven't lost anything. I haven't gained anything, of course, either. But I definitely haven't lost anything. But I'll be glad when it gets back to that. Oh, I literally made like 100K in 50 days. Like it's no bullshit, no lie. And it's all trackable. You know what I'm saying? Like I posted in my if you've been following me on Instagram, once again, at Loshawnparks, it's all trackable. You can go and look at the numbers on there and stuff like that. And I posted it. I also posted a little bit of them here, I think on YouTube, but yeah, I stopped doing it on YouTube, man. You should get the Commando assault rifle. Let's talk this 1203 talk. Dirty Broke, we can't talk the 1203 talk, bruh. The fuel is listen, I normally have like 3 loads a day. Let me look on my tablet. I normally have like 3 loads a day, anywhere from like 3 to 4. I came here to Bentonville, South Carolina. Let me see. Oh, they gave me another one. I got one more load to do. They just gave me this one. And it ain't even that much fuel. I'm taking some regular conventional and premium. That's it, man. Like, and it ain't even large quantities, man. It's like, I don't know, man. Nobody's out and about, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not saying that they're not out and about because I just showed y'all people are still doing their thing, but half of the population is out and about, and the other half of the population is sitting their asses at home. So you know how that goes, man. 5 every day. Oh, so you pulling diesel? Yeah, I'm not getting 5 a day no more. I think my earpiece just died. Hold on. All right, I think we back. I'm not getting 5 a day. That's for sure. That's for sure. But anyway, I gotta get down the road. I gotta go get this next load, and then after this next load, I'm probably done. You paid by the load. I'm not paid by the load. We're on a set salary. We're on a set salary over here with who I'm with. So now I make 12. I make 12.50 a week. And here's the. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me. And here's the dope part about my 12.50 a week that I make is that I only work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I work 4 days a week. Um, so I work 8 days in 2 week period of time. I will normally work about 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours a day, uh, and I get paid every 2 weeks, of course. But every 2 weeks after taxes, after benefits, I make about $2,100. I only work 8 days out in a 2 week period. So I work 4 days a week, uh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I don't work that much, man. I don't work that much. I'm gonna put together a video here soon saying that, talking about working for income is the worst form of income that you can have. But we'll talk about that in another video. Listen, I gotta go. I appreciate y'all for being here with me. We'll do some more of these next time, hopefully in episode number 2, which I may do on Wednesday. It'll be a call-in show so people can call up and state their business, and we can chop it up. All right. So until then, or until the next video, y'all be safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Like, be unsafe. As always, winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. We winning all day right here. Money moves with Loshawnparks. I just love my slogans, man. Y'all be safe, man, and good luck to y'all out there. And stay healthy. Salute.